The dreaded special assessment. What in the heck is that? Let's talk about it. You own a condo or some sort of property that's in a homeowners association, a governing body that oversees all of the units or all of the homes that are in that particular building or neighborhood. Now, as you're well aware, if you're in an association, you pay monthly dues into the association to keep it funded. Those funds, by and large, go towards the general systems and maintenance that's needed to upkeep the building, upkeep the roads if you're in a single-family neighborhood, all of the infrastructure and services that are needed to keep the property looking good and operating. That's usually almost always what your dues will go towards. Now, part of that monthly dues will also get allocated to a savings account. We call that a reserve account. And this is for things that you know will eventually need to be done, right? You don't need to buy a new roof for the building every single year. That might be a 30-year, 20-year type of thing. So you're saving a little bit of money every month allocated for a project like that. Also, what the reserves can cover would be any unexpected expenses. Now, in my neck of the woods in Seattle, we get a lot of rain, and so the most common unexpected maintenance issue will be water intrusion into the building. Think about all the windows and seams and crevices where the decks are. Water can slowly creep into the siding if you don't have a well-sided building. If this happens, it's one of the worst things that can possibly happen. Now, if you get an unexpected expense, the Homeowners Association will go towards that reserve account and see if they have enough money to pay for it. Now, if they don't have enough money to pay for a large expense, now going back to this water intrusion idea, that can often be a very expensive multi-million-dollar project to fix all of the siding on a giant condo building. Even HOAs that have good savings usually can't pay for a large multi-million-dollar project like that simply out of their reserves. So in those scenarios, a common occurrence would be they vote to have a special assessment where they're figuring out the difference from what's in their reserve account to what's actually owed, and they're charging all of the homeowners that difference. So let's say it's a multi-million-dollar project. You might have $1 million shortfall. Well, the association and all the homeowners would agree to split up that $1 million equally. You can see how a special assessment can get really expensive really fast. So aside from being extremely sad and painful that you as a homeowner have to pay this special assessment, if you're wanting to sell your home during the special assessment period, it can get really complicated. There's a few options. Usually the buyer's going to expect you to pay off that assessment before they close on the property, or they just flat out won't buy it because maybe there's too much uncertainty about the final amount for the assessment, the scope of the work, and if potentially more money is needed down the line. So the more clarity you have around your assessment, the easier it is to relay that to a buyer and make them more comfortable with your purchase. However, it can be difficult during that season of assessments and figuring out the project and whatnot for homeowners to be able to sell their property. So if you're going through a moment where you have a special assessment in the property you own, it's painful. I'm sorry you have to do it, but it will get the project fixed in most cases. If you're investigating buying a condo, the most important thing you can do is review the Homeowners Association. Review the financials and see how much money do they have in reserves. See how much money they have in reserves, because then you know when those unexpected expenses come up, and they will they have the money to pay for it. So if you're buying a condo, just know that is part of condo life. Sometimes special assessments pop up. Hopefully you found this helpful. For more tips and tricks on buying and selling real estate, please subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you on future videos. Thanks so much. We appreciate you watching.